Campaign 2016 second night, two political TV ads have been pulled in South Carolina. The first by Ted Cruz.
Has anyone else here struggled with being lied to?
Well, I voted for a guy who was a Tea Party hero on the campaign trail, and then he went to D.C. and played patty cake with Chuck Schumer and cut a deal on amnesty.
Does that make you angry?
Angry? Oh, it makes me feel dumb for trusting him.
Maybe you should vote for more than just a pretty face next time.
You guys have room for one more?
Now, the woman who just said, maybe you should vote for more than a pretty face, has appeared in pornographic films. Presto! The ad vanishes. Here's a second Spike commercial.
What kind of man talks from both sides of his mouth on amnesty for illegals on national television and still denies it? Who took more than $1 million in sweetheart loans from Wall Street banks and fails to disclose them as required by law? Ted Cruz, the worst kind of Washington insider who just can't be trusted.
Now, the Trump campaign pulled that ad, saying they've decided to go, ready? Positive. Joining us now from Washington, Lisa Booth, president of High Noon Strategies, that produces
Hi, Bill.
Some political ads. All right, let's take the porn actors first. So we assume that Ted Cruz, a senator, he's not casting these ads. He doesn't know who the actors are or anything like that. How does it work?
Well, Ted Cruz wouldn't, but he would have a production company that would be doing these casting calls. And that's actually where they say the mistake happened. But obviously, this isn't something that you want to happen, considering that Ted Cruz announced his campaign at Liberty University and 66%.
Sure, he's going after the evangelicals. But I want to do the nuts and bolts of it. So Cruz campaign or any campaign hires a production company, right? And the production company, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze here, I think. The production company hires actors to read lines. And one of the actors has, wouldn't a production company, when they get the resume and it goes, Debbie does Spokane, maybe they would know that.
Well, and you're right. There should be a vetting process involved. I mean, this actress was in a movie, I think, called Erotic Confessions. So
that might be a hint.
You would think that would raise some eyebrows here. But yeah, there should be a vetting involved. You want to make sure that the individuals that you're featuring in the ad have been vetted, that they don't have a past like this.
Right.
And there's
or
also
they're not a cartel member. Or you know, something like that.
You don't want that.
Let's just chalk this up as it was a mistake. There was no malice intended. Would you have pulled that ad, or if you were advising the campaign, would you get that ad off the air?
I think he made the right move here, just because, as we mentioned, 66% of Republican voters in South Carolina are Christians. They're born-again Christians. So, yeah, this doesn't play into the audience that he's trying to reach out to. You don't want the porn lady on the campaign trail with you. No, not at all.
On the other side, Trump says he's going positive. What time is it? Because you know tomorrow night in that debate, Cruz and Trump, I mean, got to happen. It's just got to happen.
You're right, Bill. Yeah. Well, and you're right, Bill. And this is what's so funny, too, about it, because Trump's campaign manager said, yes, we're going positive, but he didn't remove the option of potentially putting up another negative ad. So I think with Donald Trump, you know, it's a wild ride. It's a roller coaster. So who knows what's going to happen? He very well could be going positive now. And as you mentioned in the debate, on the attack with Ted Cruz and then up with a negative ad next week. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
It'll be interesting to see if Trump, the campaign, holds to the positive approach. Do you believe most Americans, when they watch these political ads, know that they're scripted to the nth degree and they're acting and all of that? Do you know that, or is it just a subliminal message they want to get across?
I don't think they do, and it's also, you're looking at messages that have been poll tested, so there's a data side to it as well of doing polling and figuring out what messages resonate the best with voters. So there's a lot of different elements in play in the production of these ads and which messages are going to drive.
That's how Chuck Schumer's name got in the ad. And
exactly.
So who do you despise the most from Republican South Carolinians? Chuck Schumer, you know, one of those. All right,
and
Lisa.
I don't blame them.
Well, okay, but you know, I actually know the senator, and in person, he's a very interesting guy to talk to. He really is. So I think he's persuadable.
He might be a nice guy, but I disagree with him on the policies.
But you know, I have to deal with everybody on a kind of an equal footing. Lisa, we appreciate it. When we come right back, Bowling and Rivera. Make